The COVID-19 pandemic stole the lives of close to 7 million people. And as reported by the World Bank, it has wiped out up to 4 years of developmental progress. This implies that 97 million more people are living on less than $1.90 of the pandemic. At the very business discourse this year and every other year lies poverty. Poverty is a function of inequality and risk, and at the top of the risk register lies conflict. As such, allow me to decompose war. I stand before you, dear guests, heavy responsibility of amplifying the voices of the victims of war in Palestine, Yemen, Syria, Myanmar, Afghanistan, Ukraine, Sudan, and every other country in conflict. The war in Syria broke out more than a decade ago, and in 2011, 10% of the Syrian population lived below the poverty line. Today, this number has increased to 80%. In Yemen, the war is rooted in ethnic conflict. I recall receiving an email in Yemen who was unable to continue her studies because of the war. Just a few weeks after the semester commenced, her mother was shot, and she had to give up a full her severely injured mother. It is a crime for any power to lead with blood in their hands. As Nelson Mandela once said, it is totally intolerable that innocent men, women, children, and the disabled should suffer. That I have interviewed others who are now students at the Al-Bukhari International University to leave school due to the Taliban. Afghanistan is the only where secondary school, and this 2.5 million school-age Afghan girls are out of school. Think about the healthcare system. How will the healthcare system function if women who occupy most nursing jobs are denied access to education? We talk about diversity and inclusion, yet millions of girls have no agency and are unable to participate in society. To progress, we need to girls' education. I am pleased to report partnership Al-Bukhari Foundation of 42 nursing students from Bangladesh. In Gaza, children are traumatized by the ongoing violence. How will lead % of the population rely on food aid for survival? The inter-Palestinian divide between Hamas in Gaza and the Fatah-led Palestinian Authority in parts of the West Bank that began in 2007 remains unresolved. Deep territorial fragmentation between both areas and reducing the capacity of local institutions in Gaza to deliver basic services. Political divisions are magnified due to a combination of the following: the absence of elections since 2006, the dismissal of the Palestinian Legislative Council in 2018, and the issuance of presidential decrees. This tragedy is driven by long-standing Israeli blockade, coupled with an internal Palestinian political divide and intensified by recreations between Israeli and Palestinian armed groups. Today, I choose to wear this intricate hat of the Palestinians who thrive in dire living conditions as a result of the Israeli occupation and years of movement restriction. This robe belongs to the collection of the Islamic Arts Museum, Malaysia, an anchor institution of the Al-Bukhari Foundation, which promotes the preservation and heritage and acts as custodian of Islamic arts, culture, and civilization. With humility, I am pleased to share that the Al-Bukhari International University is one of the few universities in this country which allows refugees to pursue higher education. Allow me to read an extract of our students' personal statement. We live in the Shagara camp for Eritrean refugees and rely on aid provided by charities. Our house is built of mud and straw, surrounded by thorns to prevent stray dogs from coming in. There is no electricity or water. My sister and I studied by the light of the lantern and completed secondary school funded by a charity. My dream was to attend university, but I had lost hope in financial circumstances until I found Al-Bukhari School ship would put their family on a boat for days if the shore was safer than the sea. No one would eat grass and leaves for weeks if their lives were not threatened by war. And no one would leave home if they live in an environment safe enough to earn a living. As I examined this topic, I started asking myself why some countries face a higher risk of civil war than others and tried to understand the structural characteristics that cause this exposure. Through the work of Collier, I learned wars are more likely to break out in low-income countries with low growth. Literature suggests that the lower the income of a country at the offset of the conflict, the longer the conflict lasts. In some cases, they will export products become in a country, the longer the war may be eased. Military expenditure is on the rise. The cost of war the world can afford. With each economic, social, and environmental shock, we build resilience. And at the very core of this lies universal values of humanity that must be upheld in promoting a world where there is justice, tolerance, and compassion. At the Al-Bukhari International University, this is what we call the 5 A's. Adab, good manners. Akhlaq, good character. Akidah, faith and a moral compass. Amanah, integrity and accountability. And amalan, practicing the above. Extreme weather conditions and water scarcity are irreversible. The climate crisis has created a dent on Earth. And if we do not make a serious attempt to mitigate this, planet Earth will disintegrate. It is in the interest of youth, who are the true custodians of this fragile planet, to pave the way before time runs out. Visionary leadership is rare, but we are brave and bold enough to tackle some of the world's most pressing challenges. We have, but we cannot do it alone. This is a call to action for us to align resources, empower youth, and create social businesses to dampen the destruction of our planet. If Davos is leaders from the public, private, and people as global set priority, if Al-Azhar in Egypt is the Islamic employment
would also like to a video to Al-Bukhari International University.
The rich serves and knowledge and AI for us to bring 60 different nations. Students embark on a transformative journey that promotes a global networking and viewpoint while recognizing and valuing their diverse cultural roots. Unlike typical educational institution, AIU is a place where students live, study, and grow, benefiting from top-notch facilities and resources. The university goes above and beyond in providing an all-encompassing experience that empowers students to excel academically and socially. At the heart of the AIU ecosystem, where education builds character, lies the 5 A core values: Akidah, Akhlaq, Adab, Amana, and Amalan that shape the student's character. Social business is the niche area of AIU. Students drive positive change by tackling social economic issues through entrepreneurship. AIU enables graduates to become catalysts of change, where students are nurtured to become job creators. In fulfilling the noble objective towards achieving the world of 3 zeros, socio-economic initiatives and projects are focused on zero poverty, zero unemployment, and zero net carbon emission. AIU embraces the principle of the 8-hour rule. Students are encouraged to allocate 8 hours for the night's sleep, 8 hours for the educational pursuits, and 8 hours to make a difference by need. This distinctive approach not only cultivates academic excellence but also fosters empathy and social responsibility. AIU offers diverse academic programs, preparatory courses from Language Center and Center of Foundation Studies, undergraduate and postgraduate programs from School of Business and Social Sciences, School of Education and Human Sciences, School of Computing and Informatics. Excellence in education awaits you in a supportive and innovative environment. Join us at Al Bukhari International University, a place where inspiring minds converge, cultural diversity flourishes, and social business revolutionizes lives. Together, we are dedicated to building a sustainable world where knowledge, compassion, and innovation intersect. Inspiring minds.
Nation process of but compelling, maximizing good to people and to the world.
Honor and disappointment, our community has a collective responsibility to create a world of zeros.
The launching of Master in Social Business. Apply now for the Masters in Social Business. Visit pg-apply.aiu.edu.my or email postgraduate@aiu.edu.my. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Start your transformative journey today.
Thank you very much, Al Bukhari International Universities and all the stakeholders for your commitment to social business. Next, in the opening remarks segment, we've got a very special recorded message from Mr. Thomas Bach, the President of the International Olympic Committee. Mr. Bach is a German lawyer and former Olympic fencer and an Olympic gold medalist. He has been serving as the 9th and current president of IOC since September 2013. He's also a former member and executive of the executive board of the German Olympic Sports Confederation. Notably, Mr. Bach holds the distinction of being the first Olympic champion to hold the position of the president of IOC. Mr. Bach's enthusiasm and interest in social business has been inspirational. If I could please request the team to play the audiovisual. Thank you.
Dear Professor, my dear friend Mohamed Yunus, dear participants, I cannot remember a time when the world was facing so many crises simultaneously. Wars and conflict, climate change, economic slowdown, only to name a few. Addressing them will require a concerted effort, because one thing is clear. Nobody can stem the rising tide of crises on their own. And yet, despite the urgent need for global cooperation, our world is fragmenting. Political, social, and economic divisions are deepening. Narrow self-interest is gaining ground over solidarity and shared values. This is why this Social Business Day is so important. This is why this year's theme, War, Peace and Economics, resonates so much in these difficult times. It reminds us of the urgency to come together and to work together for a better future for everyone. If we want to overcome these existential challenges, we must start on what unites us. Because in peace, building a better world can only be done if we care for each other, if we help each other, if we come together, if we join hands and build bridges of understanding. Make the world therefore social be pushed for progress in innovative ways. Never has this been more urgent than today. Solidarity is what connects the world of with the Olympic world. We share the same goal to make the world a better, a more peaceful place for everyone. There is no peace without solidarity. Solidarity is the fundamental idea of Olympic Games, which is to unite the entire world in peaceful competition. Sport has to open the door to dialogue. This is the modest contribution to peace that sport can offer, opening a pathway to foster understanding between people and nations. Sport can open the door to peace in ways that exclusion and division do not. Especially in these divisive and confrontations, people in the world are looking for a unifying force, a unifying force that brings us all together, regardless of who we are, where we come from, or what we believe in. To emphasize the importance of this togetherness, we changed our Olympic motto, which now says, faster, higher, stronger, together. The word together tells us no matter what obstacles we might face, whether in sport or in of the of you, and
Under Secretary